Hey guys, and today I want to address something that I really wish I didn't want to address, but yet I am forced to do it. So, if you've been playing Modern Warfare 2 recently, then I make certain that by now, every time you've been playing on a multiplayer match, then there's a guarantee that you'll be playing with people on a controller instead of actually using a keyboard and mouse. But in my opinion, that should not be the case, and I'm going to explain why. So, first reason for this is being the aim assist feature, which is honestly the worst part of the argument. And the aim assist issue has two parts, actually, that I feel are the most critical in my opinion. And so, the first part about the argument is that aim assist doesn't really let you learn how to aim at all. Now, sure, you may have played a FPS game that doesn't have aim assist before on a controller, but at least that forces you to actually learn how to aim. But for Modern Warfare 2, however, because you can pretty much aim assist all the time, it means that if you're new to playing FPS games on the controller, there's like almost no learning at all, because you basically just have the aim assist can just lock onto a target and you don't have to do the struggle of moving around the right analog stick. So basically, in this example, think the aim assist as like the bicycle training wheels, where you'll use them to learn how to do stuff, but eventually you won't be needing them anymore. The second issue, however, is the more annoying part, and that is aim assist is, well, it's basically cheating by this point. At least now that I think. Because apparently you can also customize the aim assist. And that means you can pretty much just make your own in-game aimbot without having to manually down one and thereby get VAC ban or ricochet ban or whatever anti-cheat ban you can use. And again, this builds upon the first part where you don't learn anything when using the aim assist. So basically, if you want to actually learn to aim, you shouldn't use the aim assist. Or at the very least, just play the game on your PC and use a keyboard and mouse. It works better that way. And speaking of PC players, or mouse players specifically, you're also contributing to what I basically like to call mouse endangerment, which is basically where you basically use the aim assist to pretty much make PC players angry, and then it forces them to use a controller like you do to get better at the game. And to me, this is pretty much not okay, because I've been playing FPS games on my PC for like 6 years, starting with Team Fortress 2, and I mean, I've never had to use the controller. I mean, I was never forced to play on a controller. And I mean, I tried it a few times, but I just didn't do it right. Because again, using controller just wasn't my thing. I more rather am a PC gamer. And I mean, even though I was kind of a PC gamer, at least started to when I started playing TF2, I mean, before then, and before I even started making videos, rather, I still spent time playing on consoles, specifically like the Nintendo Wii or the Wii U. But I mean, those were obviously using a gyro-controlled remote, and so gyro aiming would almost seem like a more reasonable alternative. Okay, sure, not every game would use that, but still, the idea of gyro aiming does seem pretty better than just using an aim assist, in my opinion. And now, separating from the aim assist comes the second reason why I feel like it's not a good idea to play on a controller, and that is basically games that are first person are more intended to be played with a keyboard, in my opinion. It's meaning it's always been that case ever since 1992 with Wolfenstein 3D. So I mean, that game was mostly PC all the way. But of course, that again was from back in the 90s, and then we fast forward to 2014 when Machine Games rebooted the Wolfenstein series with the New Order, that they wanted to make Wolfenstein more accessible to more people that don't have a PC that could run the game. So they released it on consoles in Xbox and PlayStation. But then, for a New Order, it means that New Order does not have any aim assist that I can think of, and so that means you have to actually aim properly if you were playing the game with a controller. And so this can almost force some people to play on PC, because that's how FPS games were pretty much intended to play. You know, how companies like id Software and Valve intended that to be the case. And this is especially the case for Call of Duty, which was originally released in 2003 as a PC game, which makes sense because it had, well, it originally had the Quake 3 engine, which we call id Tech 3. And of course, the final part of the second reason is how PC gaming generally has gotten a lot better over the years, thanks to companies like NVIDIA and AMD that make powerful GPUs, as they pretty much learned from their mistakes with games like Crysis or Half-Life 2. And, I mean, sure, it can be expensive to get the parts, but it is still a safer spot for some FPS games that don't have aim assist, like, as I mentioned before, Wolfenstein: The New Order. And, of course, some other games like Doom Eternal, or I think maybe Doom 3 also did not have aim assist as well. And so, you know, I feel like you should not be playing Modern Warfare 2 or any other first-person shooter game with a controller, okay? Just please actually play the game on PC with a keyboard and mouse, like id Software intended it to. But anyways, that's all I pretty much have to say. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, and remember to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and be sure to ring the bell for more videos, and yeah, I'll see you soon.